The Kalen Deboer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Ford. The Ford F-150 helps make your game day traditions bigger and better, season after season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health, who reminds Alabama, don't wait, vaccinate.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Kalen Deboer Show presented by Truckworks. I'm Chris Stewart. My voice is almost shot. I'm with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, who's probably in the same boat. Unbelievable. Congratulations on the great win, 41-34 over Georgia.
Yeah, it was a big one, and my voice is shot too, but big win for our guys. Just proud of the way they battled, and it took all four quarters, obviously, and, there's a lot of things throughout the game that were really critical for our success, whether it's how we started, some responses in the midst of adversity. Credit to Georgia, they made some plays too. A lot of fourth down conversions where we were right there and they made a play, but our guys found a way to win. And we talk about finding a way to win. That was really the last thing I said when we walked out of the locker room, at the beginning of the game, and just refusing to lose too. Right. I know people don't like to use that word, but that's something, just the mindset that we want to have, and really felt that that's what it was.
We're going to show all the highlights in this one, Coach. But I mean, you had a phenomenal start, and then there's a long stretch after that where you got some yards, but you couldn't get any more points for your offense. I think one field goal in the second half, the safety, because of the intentional grounding on Georgia. But when you had to have it, you got playmakers, and they made plays.
Yeah, I think that if you really look, I know people probably look at the second half, but felt like right at the end of the first half, if we could have just got some points off of one of those possessions there, and I liked the opportunities we had. We just missed on some things. We got to execute just a little bit better, and there could easily be at least another touchdown on the board. But that's the part, because they're going to get the ball to start the half, and I thought again our defense did a nice job coming out, getting the stop. There's one or two little things we didn't execute when we came onto the field to start the third quarter, and all of a sudden we're on a long drive defensively, and they made some throws down the field as the game went on, one-on-one matchups that they found, and there's a little bit of urgency on their end. They needed to, and they made the plays. So proud of the way that we always responded, and did find some opportunities that we could take advantage of, like the ones at the end.
All right, well, let's start with what was a very enjoyable first 15 minutes. It's really first 20, 25 were so much fun from an Alabama perspective. Phenomenal crowd into it, and your offense came out of the gates absolutely red hot.
We knew it was going to be a big challenge. They hadn't allowed a touchdown, and for us to score like we did, even if there is a lull at some point, you knew that every yard, every score was going to be hard work and going to take great execution across the board with our offense, and getting some takeaways, the one in the red zone or in their territory, right. And I think that got us to maybe 21. That was big, and the response, and just playing team football right there was great to see. But we put some nice drives together in the first half. Went the length of the field for the most part, and it just came through just not just good, but very, very elite execution. And a lot of that's with Jalen, the ability to use both his legs and his arm.
You would have felt good with field goals just to get points early on against them. But literally the first four times you have possession of the football, you're able to end drives with touchdowns. A couple of them sustained drives. Mm-hmm. It was not just fluke, not that there's a fluke to a big play, but it was impressive, and it sent a message in that ball game.
Yeah, it did. And a lot of our routes, a lot of our things that we do, those big play opportunities are there a lot of times within every play. And those matchups were identified, the protection was there, and you mix that in with a run game. There was just some really good explosive plays that we've made through the first 3 weeks, and we continued to carry that on. And there's a good vibe amongst the offense. And again, the second half, not as many drives, not as many plays, but found a way to execute when we needed it.
There were a ton of them. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Tight to the left side. It's just a quarterback keep. Sweep left side. Wide open touchdown. Jalen Milroe walked into the end zone from 8. Back to the backfield. Nope, he's just faking. They'll swing it to him out of the backfield. A wheel route catch is made. Touchdown. Jam Miller. 16 yards. Milroe bringing a man in motion. He will hand it off. Bernard trying to get to the edge. Does. 5-4. 3-2-1. Touchdown. Alabama. So once again, Milroe will keep it himself. Big block by Miller. Jalen tiptoeing down the sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Alabama. Wow, 36 yards. An amazing block from Jam Miller. With quarterback Carson back. Gets the snap, drops back. Pressure coming. Throws off his back foot. That one is going to be well overthrown, incomplete.
I'm Jam Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
In every moment, greatness awaits. For the bold, the visionary, and those ready to take their shot. Here, we don't chase success, we define it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Coach, you had it going your way, and you knew this was too good of a Georgia team. They were going to answer the bell. In fact, they had to go for it on 4th down at a point where I think it's 28-7. They're having to go for it on 4th down twice just to keep drives alive inside their own 30-yard line.
Yeah.
And to their credit, they get it done. But that was the type of game you knew this would be, where everybody's going to have to fight and claw for everything.
Yeah, we forced them to press, and again, like you said, to their credit, they made some very tight covered plays. I think there was a penalty maybe in there on 1-2, but that's what a good matchup's gonna have happen. You're gonna have that slugfest, and I know our guys were just looking to try to get off the field, but we also just kept playing and we kept making them earn it, and with that, you get that urgency that they had to have in the fourth quarter, and then they made some more plays. But really proud of the way our guys just kept playing. Even the 2-point conversions at the end. Those are big stops, and sometimes you just think, well, it's going to take a touchdown or whatever. But our guys, played those plays extremely hard, and they fight till the very end.
You made the decision in the first 3 weeks of the year to play a lot of guys defensively, trying to get guys ready and prepared as quickly as possible. Some of those were newcomers that were veterans, but you had a lot of freshmen. And a bunch of them got picked on in the second half, and then they picked back when it mattered most.
Yeah, I can remember, and Mbakwe making the play, where he was matched up one-on-one. And then obviously ZB at the end. Those guys are learning every play that they play right now. There's growth happening. Right. And, that growth is going to, spiral up, and the trajectory is going to be much steeper for their growth because they're just younger. And right. they're I just can be more proud of them. They're just very mature. There's a belief that they have in themselves. They're athletic enough. They're skilled enough. And, they're just only going to continue to get better. But I am proud of a lot of the young guys that did have to go out there. They were ready and made some plays.
And your quarterback, to account for almost 500 yards of total offense, I know that the second half overall may not have gone the way that he wanted or you wanted, but still, almost 500 yards is almost 500 yards. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, 27 for 33, and I think he had 3 incompletions maybe at halftime. So 3 more in the second half. It's a pretty solid game. And again, he's going to, just because of how he holds himself accountable, he's going to look at that couple plays that he could have done something a little bit better, made a throw, made a read, and I know that's just the standard he holds himself to. So, there's still more room for growth, but he took another step, and I thought he did from week 2 to week 3, and he did again from Wisconsin to this game. We know he can run, but I really feel like in the passing game, that was important, critical, and he made the throws when guys were there. He made those throws. It was never an accuracy issue. It was just timing, maybe a little pressure here and there, forced into some things, towards the end of the game. There's just, with the ball being snapped the way it was on a third down, we got to help him out there on some of those things too.
All right, Coach, let's take a look at those second half highlights.
Single set back to his left. He'll have pressure coming, and he's going down. Deontay Lawson. Snap goes to Milroe. Looking deep, looking for Williams. Has him there. Batted into the air twice. Juggled, made the catch. Spins away from a man at the 20. Spins away at the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. Snap going to Milroe. Looking deep downfield. Looking for Williams. Comes back, makes the catch. Split defenders, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks the tackle, scores! Ryan Williams, one play, 75 yards, 4 plus 2 equals 6. Looking, firing towards the end zone. That is intercepted. It's picked off, intercepted. Alabama gets the pick.
Coach, we've already talked about the play Xavier Brown made at the end and some of the efforts of your defense as a whole, but it certainly helps when you got a veteran guy right up front like Tim Keenan III that leads the way like he does.
Yeah, he's a guy you know what you're going to get every single play, and he was fighting. I know we had to pull him off the field there right at the end a little bit, but he's fighting till he's going to fight as hard as anyone. Sure. He loves this place. He bleeds crimson, and he's done a lot for us from a leadership standpoint. Just a big body in there that's super powerful, and we're very blessed to have everything that he brings to this team.
Let's hear directly from the big fella as we go all access with Tim Keenan III.
Timothy Keenan III, go by TK. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I went to Ramsey High School. To me, it means a lot to play for Alabama, for it to be my home state, and for Alabama to be the standard of college football, and for God to give me an opportunity to go and display my talents and the abilities He blessed me with here. It's amazing. Communications kind of was a great fit. I turned out to getting a speaking consulting job and being public speaking. Those in season just to really go 1-0 every game, 1-0 every day, to of course win a national championship, but to go win with my brothers. Last year we saw what we were capable of, and we saw how when we do bond together we're unstoppable. And just like with Texas A&M, when it was kind of like we was unstoppable in the red zone, and with pass rush in the fourth quarter we came alive. And once we finally got that, that idea was that the sky was the limit. And now I'll say it's greater. Off the field, I'm probably I am a laid-back guy. I'm a grill master. I'm the real deal when it comes to that grill. When I season the chicken, I put love into it. It's real love. Like, my heart is really in that. I put my heart in it. And I do like fashion. I do like to dress up. I'm really the best dressed on the team. The reason I started my TK3 Foundation was because I wanted to have a platform where I can just give back. And all you look on there, you can see just community service. You can see community outreach to the fans, to all the supporters, to all the people screaming at their TV on Saturday, and to all the people that's giving the reps a hard time or their teachers a hard time because they root for another team. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Tim Keenan III, number 96, I appreciate you.
When it comes to getting you back on the road of life, Alpha is there by your side when you need us most. Handling your claims quickly. Because now is better than soon, and paid is better than pending. We make sure everything is taken care of, so you can get back to what matters most. Ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southeast.
Healthier and happier can start with doing just one thing.
Hey, Brad. What you doing?
Cardio. You?
Cardio.
Cardio? Hey, I'm doing cardio.
He's doing cardio.
You are doing cardio.
We're all doing cardio.
Cardio!
We make it easy to choose the one thing that works best for you. With access to a large network of doctors and hospitals, helpful tools, and more. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
Can you say cardio?
Bama fans, it's the Ford F-150 Highlight Show.
The gas-powered F-150 is a workhorse.
Tackles anything in its way.
The PowerBoost Hybrid is a dual threat.
Gas and electric powertrains. And the all-electric F-150 Lightning truck, it gets downfield quick.
Oh, Alabama fans know something about winning lineups. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, see your local Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com.
Your moment to shine has arrived. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Coach, we've talked before in different interviews about how you bring some guys with you when you take over a new position at a new school, but there's usually one or two guys that are kept. You're able to keep a couple of guys, and one of those, Robert Gillespie, who's a tremendous running backs coach.
Yeah, he's a stud in every way. Identified that pretty quickly, and I think there's a number of things. You look at, the room itself and the talent that was recruited into that room, and that was, you can see even just right now how strong that talent is, and just when I talked to those guys, as I was trying to sort through what our staff should look like, just the things that they said as far as believing in him, the relationships that he had, it really fit the culture that I wanted to have in our team. And then him wanting to be a part of it, him passing up on opportunities or deciding to take this one. I can't say enough about how much that means, that he wanted to be here, work with us, and he's got a high standard, and I saw that. He's continued to do that. He's a big piece of why we're successful, week in and week out right now offensively.
Let's go Mercedes-Benz All Access with running backs coach Robert Gillespie.
My name is Robert Gillespie. I'm from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I attended college at the University of Florida. Well, I was fortunate I had a chance to play for a really good head coach in Steve Spurrier at the University of Florida. I played running back there, and from there I've had as they say, a small cup of coffee in the NFL. Well, I tell you what, I think football found me. I didn't know what was next. I heard the saying, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And I think God had a plan for me. I love being around the players, and that's what you remember in the end. It's not the final scores all the time, but it's those moments when you're in the battlefield and in the trenches with those guys. And I think coaching still gives me that opportunity to feel that same way. I have a beautiful wife, Crystal, who in her own right was a really talented athlete. She was a volleyball player, an all-SEC volleyball player at the University of South Carolina. Her and I met when I was a graduate assistant, and she was a graduate assistant also. So, we genuinely, truly have a sports family. Well, I mean, this group is a group of young guys. All these guys have all displayed the ability to go out and make plays. And now this is going to be their time to go do it. But they're a group of guys that push each other every day. They're very passionate about the details that it takes to be a great running back at Alabama. Well, I mean, you want to be somewhere where football matters, and definitely here at the University of Alabama, you're important from day one when you step on campus. Everyone around town, the buzz is always about, hey, Coach, we're excited about the next. Coach, when is the next? Who's going to be the next great? Because it's always what's next, because that's the most important thing. So definitely it's great to be here at the University of Alabama, to play in a great conference like the SEC, and be at a place where championships are the goal. Every day we're trying to find, the extra yard, the extra, defender that we can make miss, just so that way we can match the style of play that we want to play and the explosiveness that we want to show on offense.
In every moment, greatness awaits. For the bold, the visionary, and those ready to take their shot. Here, we don't chase success, we define it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
A lot of options for our CB&S play of the game, but the last big one on offense is the one you're going to draw up for us here.
Yeah, I think it was going to be either number 2 on offense or number 2 on defense that we were going to highlight. So we'll take the one on offense here, and we got a shift. This is towards the end of the game. Going to be probably a little more conservative look defensively. We want to kind of get the drive started, but there is an opportunity here with the matchup, that Ryan has, and it's to the field, and that's going to be a harder throw. And, with this, Ryan, I think the thing that really sticks out to me is that he does what we call hold the line. And we'll see it from the end zone shot, but he really holds the line and gives Jalen some room to the sideline. What I really love here is Jalen's throwing in a rhythm. Jalen's throwing with really a 3-step drop and a hitch and ball. And that's something that we work on every day in practice, really. And, the thing that I've seen with Jalen's growth is that he's giving our playmakers a chance to make a play. And, the ball's not going outside, out of bounds. He's giving Ryan a chance to go up, high point the ball, and then that's where Ryan does what he does. And the thing I also really appreciate about Ryan is that, he's taking care of the ball, high and tight, good ball security, and, playmakers make plays. And so from this shot, I think you'll see Ryan do a good job of giving some space. It's leaking a little bit to the sideline, but there's enough space. And Jalen doing a good job of just giving him a chance. And that's 2 guys now, week 4, that are working well together. Ryan doing his thing, obviously a huge part of us getting the win tonight.
Bama fans, it's the Ford F-150 Highlight Show.
The gas-powered F-150 is a workhorse.
Tackles anything in its way.
The Power Boost Hybrid is a dual threat.
Gas and electric powertrains. And the all-electric F-150 Lightning Truck, it gets downfield quick.
Oh, Alabama fans know something about winning lineups. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, see your local Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com.
The Huddle. It's a circle of trust. Here, big plans become big plays. Standing shoulder to shoulder, sharing an unbreakable bond. The Huddle is where confidence is forged. And where the game is won. Financial confidence is built that way too, working together on your region's Greenprint plan. Let's huddle up, because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank.
I'm Jan Miller.
And I'm Kobe Prentice.
Make sure you and your family are up to date this summer on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory disease.
Vaccinations against these viruses are important for everyone, especially those at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
So don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today. Stay safe and roll tide.
Coach, as we take a look at what's next, in some years for Alabama fans, you look at Vanderbilt and it's simply looked at as a nice road trip to Nashville, but this is a very tough Vanderbilt team that's proven that to be the case a few times already.
Yeah, excuse me. I've known Clark Lee for a long time. He's got some South Dakota ties at one point, and just followed his his success and as an assistant, but now as a head coach, and you can see the growth of that program. A week ago, pushing against Missouri to the very end, and so going up there, we got to make sure we continue to build, take the steps that we expect to take. Make sure that we enjoy and celebrate the moment that we just had here, with the win versus Georgia, but get back to work. There's always going to be work to do. There's always things that we can improve on, and so we got to make sure we're doing that and go up there and fight to get number 2.
3:15 kick again from Nashville. It'll be televised on the SEC Network. Radio coverage on the Crimson Tide Sports Network begins at noon. But again, today, it's a 41-34 victory for Alabama over Georgia. For Coach Kalen Deboer, I'm Chris Stewart. Thanks for joining us. Roll Tide, and good night.
The Kalen Deboer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Ford. The Ford F-150 helps make your game day traditions bigger and better, season after season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health, who reminds Alabama, don't wait, vaccinate.